Time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time, Martha Troly-Curtin. This well-known quote expresses a really valid sentiment. In today's "the grind" culture, we have a tendency to believe that anything that doesn't generate income or serve as a long-term investment is a waste of time. Instead, we should understand that how much time we spend doing something is irrelevant as long as we love it. Enjoy your Netflix binge if it will help you relax after a stressful day at work, spend hours window shopping, or take an afternoon nap. Pleasure-free downtime is a must. We must use time as a tool, not as a couch. John F. Kennedy. Life becomes a lot simpler once we realize that time can be used as a tool to accomplish a task rather than as something we merely depend on. Time is what we want most but what we use worst. William Penn. Time management is a skill that needs regular practice to become proficient in. We frequently waste hours on unimportant activities, a minute here, 10 minutes there, until we've lost a whole day to pointless activities. Setting priorities is essential if we want to make the greatest use of our time. Tough times never last, but tough people do. Robert H. Schuller. The phrase, "this too shall pass," is one we hear more frequently to console ourselves when things are tough. We frequently overlook the fact that they are the times when we actually mature, harden, and evolve. We miss the chance to grow stronger and learn from the experience when we wait for a difficult time to pass. See what you can take away from such an experience. Someday is a disease that will take your dreams to the grave with you. Timothy Ferriss. We've heard far too many tales of people who later regretted not pursuing their aspirations because they believed they weren't good enough, self-assured enough, or had insufficient funds or support. We effectively waste time when we keep telling ourselves that someday we'll follow our passion. It is better to take a chance and work hard to fulfill a desire, since we then have the opportunity to grow and learn. If not, we're left with an endless what if. Yesterday's the past, tomorrow's the future, but today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Bill Keane. Simple but powerful. It serves as a helpful reminder that not everyone is fortunate enough to have the time we do. Being grateful for the present time might help you overcome obstacles and stay motivated. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. William Shakespeare. Shakespeare suggested in this passage from The Merry Wives of Windsor that it is better to act sooner rather than later. It is quite simple to put off tasks like composing an email, looking over a job posting, obtaining a physical, and so on. We become distracted by other things until it is too late. Even if it means finishing something early, fight your procrastination. The past always looks better than it was. It's only pleasant because it isn't here. Finley Peter Dunne. Have you ever noticed how every generation likes to look back on the past and say things were so much better back then? As it turns out, our brains have a tendency to exaggerate the pleasant recollections, which is a very human behavior. The only thing that has changed is how we see the times. Remember to take some strain off the moment we live in while also remembering to treat your past with a grain of salt. The time for action is now. It's never too late to do something. Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. There are no age restrictions for anything in life, according to a well-known proverb. Winston Churchill became Prime Minister at age 66, and Morgan Freeman scored his first significant role at age 52. Forget about being too young or too old to pursue a job, and let go of any concerns or embarrassment you may have about it. The only error you can make is to wait so long that you eventually give up. Time will not slow down when something unpleasant lies ahead. Harry Potter. Although it comes from a fictional character, this is nonetheless a significant thought. Harry wanted to extend the time that he had with his new family because he was going to return to the family who rejected him. J.K. Rowling made the point that, despite our best efforts, we are powerless to stop time when difficulty is in our future. Accepting time's passage, both when good and bad things occur, is the biggest favor we can do for ourselves. Our problems will be resolved faster if we confront them right away.